So now getting into the actual technical aspect of it, how does Bitcoin or Ethereum work? They work on something called a digital ledger, as Ved mentioned, which is also called
Yeah.
blockchain technology. All right, and we're now going to get into how blockchain technology works.
Yeah. So for how blockchain technology works, like Saksham said, it's a digital ledger. So the name actually it actually explains it pretty well. So the ledger itself is the blockchain, the chain of individual blocks, and you can think of each block as one particular transaction that is recorded on the ledger, right? So suppose today I transfer 10 Bitcoin to Saksham. On the Bitcoin blockchain, that's the Bitcoin ledger that keeps track of every single transaction that has ever taken place that involves Bitcoin. Today, at the time of recording this, 30th June, 11:59 p.m., it'll show 110 Bitcoin being transferred from my wallet to Saksham's, and as well as additional details about the transaction. But the cool thing about that is, again, it's decentralized. So every single person around the world who is involved with Bitcoin will have their transaction recorded on the ledger. So to do this, I might have the Bitcoin ledger downloaded on my computer. So might Saksham. So might other millions of other people around the world. So in every single ledger, everyone has the identical list of transactions. So that one transaction from me to Saksham, that'll be recorded on everyone's computer around the world. So, and that makes it really hard for someone to commit fraud or to scam someone out of money or to steal money, to hack anyone, because that transaction is now public information that can be accessed by millions of people around the world. So
Yeah, so
to
that actually
actually
sounds
change that information,
Yeah, that actually
yeah,
sounds great because,
go on.
in theory, this makes Bitcoin or the cryptocurrencies a very transparent system because you know exactly who has sent who how much money, and everybody in the world can see that as they participate in the Bitcoin network. However, there's a caveat over here, such that as a normal bank, if you want to make an account, you gotta show KYC, you gotta show your documents, and you gotta prove that you are a citizen of the country, etc., etc. And because of that, the banks are able to verify you as a real person, are able to verify your credibility. That doesn't happen in cryptocurrencies. Since cryptocurrencies are online and decentralized, there is no bank to verify who you are and whether you are a good person or a bad person. And because of that, all these transactions, you can't trace them back to people because the transaction is simply X or Y amount of Bitcoin going from one person's ledger number or user ID number to
Yeah.
another equally complicated number. And these numbers are randomly scrambled, and you can never actually know which number belongs to who. And because of that, it also makes an anonymous system, and people can trade money or cryptocurrency in this scenario anonymously with each other without revealing their identity, which can again create some problems when you're trying to for law enforcement for tracking down crimes and the funding of illegal groups and organizations.
Yeah, you can sort of think of it using the bank analogy where you can have account numbers, but no one really knows who that account belongs to. So like in the bank, if I want to write a check from me to you, I'll just write my account number, I'll write yours, I'll write the amount, but no one really knows who I am or who you are or what the money is being used for. Nothing's being audited. It's just a transaction, and that's all anyone needs to know. And that makes it really easy to bypass security in that way, right? So I know you don't need to provide any identification or anything about your background. So literally anyone around the world can, like if they have the technology, can use the Bitcoin blockchain or any other blockchain and trade using
Yeah,
cryptocurrency.
this actually makes cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin extremely popular on the dark web for other illegal activities, and which is why it's also important for governments to have legislation in place to help regulate these cryptocurrencies in some scenarios. Because otherwise, we can just have money changing hands without us knowing where the money is going in the first scenario.